Grocery stores and food retailers are completely freaking out right now as the low income and those individuals receiving food stamps are about to crush them in a major way at a tune of hundreds of millions of dollars and possibly even billions of dollars by the end of this year. This is a major situation and this is still just getting started, but I want to break it down for you here in this video. And also stick with me because I have this article right here. I'm going to pop this up on the screen in just a minute so you can see and read for yourself exactly what this article is stating, some of the massive dollar amounts that are rolling out right now, the power and the leverage that the low-income and food stamp beneficiaries have over grocers and food retailers. This is a major shift, and again, like I said, this is still just getting started. There's a whole lot more to come, and we have roughly $90 billion at stake right now that grocers and food retailers are absolutely keeping an eye on, because that is a huge amount of money that they are bringing in every single day, every single week, and every single month because of EBT cardholders, food stamp recipients. And I want to bring it to your attention in this video. If you happen to be a food stamp recipient, you probably know about this, and I want to bring it to your attention again because we're going to see a lot more of this rolling out here over the coming days, weeks, and months, and this is going to be a major situation. It's actually kind of interesting, the magnitude and the just the power that these individuals have behind them and the purchasing power that they have with food stamp benefits. Now, super fast before we get into it, if you're new here or if you've not done so, please consider subscribing. 100% free, big subscribe button down below. Please like the video, big old thumbs up button down below. And if you are turning 65, if you are retiring, or if you're on Medicare and have a special enrollment period opening up, anything Medicare related, make sure to contact Chapter Medicare right there. They've helped thousands of you in this community save millions of dollars in the last year and a half or so. They have access to over 20,000 plans. They will help you totally for free. Anything Medicare related, write that phone number down, 844-731-4987. Phone number's there. Take a picture, take a screenshot. Anything Medicare related, they will help you out totally for free. It's absolutely amazing. All right, anyway, let's talk about the magnitude behind this, because remember, over the last, call it, year or so, give or take a little bit, we've seen 22 states across the country that have been granted waivers by the USDA. 22 states, not even half the states, and we're talking about billions of dollars at stake here, which is a big deal. But remember, these 22 states have been granted waivers to restrict the purchase of things like soda, energy drinks, candies, dessert foods, prepared items, things like this, and adding all these restrictions. Well, let's pop this article up here now. Feel free to read through the details on this, but let me share the magnitude behind what is going on. So obviously, grocery stores and food retailers that are approved for accepting EBT transactions and cards, obviously, they want to sell as much stuff as they can. When these restrictions come in, it obviously restricts them as well because they don't get as much revenue coming in because people are not spending as much money at their establishments. They want that money, right? I mean, obviously, it's a business. That's how businesses work. Businesses want to sell things so they can make money, obviously, right? Well, check this out. Just from 19 of the 22 states that have these restrictions brought in, they're anticipating just by the end of this year, 2026, retailers are going to experience $830 billion, or I should say upwards of $830 billion of No, let me say that again. 830 million. I apologize. Million, not billion. Sorry, I said that wrong. $830 million of reduced sales just across three main categories. They break it down to roughly $430 million of reduced sales of soda, $300 million reduced sales of candy, and $100 million of reduced sales on energy drinks. That's nuts. That's not everybody out there. That's not just the entire population. That is just food stamp beneficiaries with EBT transactions. That's nuts. I mean, that is a lot of money that we're talking about right there. $830 million, nearly $1 billion just by the end of this year, just from 19 collective states that are restricting these purchases. Now, obviously, there's 3 more states that have been out there. Again, 22 states in total that have the waivers granted so far. But remember this much, and I've alluded to this recently in other videos, which is they are working on, as in lawmakers, the United States Congress, okay, lawmakers, House of Representatives, senators, are working on legislation to literally pass this unilaterally across the entire country. In other words, what this means is that they want to implement these restrictions not only on the 22 states that have been granted the waivers, but all states and territories around the entire country. So that would mean that this $830 million restrictive purchases would probably balloon to multiple billions of dollars per year. Now, do you think that that's going to make things more appealing for food retailers and grocery stores? Obviously, they need to find a way to get that money, right? So obviously, they want to sell more things. But as I mentioned before, the whole purpose, well, I shouldn't say the purpose, the whole focus right now of USDA is basically turning the food stamp program, the SNAP program, back into this healthy food program, right? That means literally what they're working on. This is their initiative with this whole MAHA movement, right? Make America Healthy Again movement, MAHA. It's a real thing. Look it up. It's actually pretty interesting. But anyway, so this whole MAHA movement, Making America Healthy Again, is basically literally just restructuring the food stamp program and basically pushing people away and restricting access to a lot of these different food items. There's a whole lot more to come. As I've said before in other videos, if you think food stamps and the SNAP program have undergone a lot of changes over the last year, get ready. There's a lot more to come. And this is certainly not the end of it. There's going to be a whole lot more. And again, like I've said, they're actively working on the restrictions across the entire country, nationwide restrictions of all of these items. I'm just going to say this much really fast. There will absolutely be grocery store or grocer lobbyists in Washington, whatever they're technically called, grocer lobbyists that are certainly be coming into Washington and saying, no, you can't be doing this. And they're going to be working against all of this because they don't want that as well. It's billions of dollars of revenue to them, the grocery stores, that they absolutely want from this program. And if all of these items are being restricted through the purchase with EBT cards, guess what? It's a lot of money, billions of dollars that are not necessarily going into the revenues of these grocery stores on these types of purchases, right? So obviously other lobbyists out there, like those individuals that maybe produce these types of items, candy and soda lobbyists. And again, whatever those individuals are technically called, I'm not sure, but I'm just saying you get my point on that. They're also going to be, out there lobbying against this because they want that revenue. And if all of these purchases are restricted, guess what? They're not getting those billions of dollars and they want that money to come in. So at the end of the day, as a food stamp or SNAP beneficiary, you may actually have a few different groups on your side, these different lobbyists that will be out there pushing against lawmakers who are trying to bring in these restrictions because, again, we're talking about money. At the end of the day, that's pretty much all anything is ever about is the money that's out there, and that's exactly what they want. So anyway, I found it to be super fascinating. Just wanted to bring this to your attention quickly. Again, if you're on food stamps, SNAP benefits, if you have an EBT card, just be prepared. There's going to be a whole lot more changes to come. What we've seen in the last year or so, some for sure, but there's a whole lot more to come. Just be prepared for that. I want you to be aware of that. And obviously, as these are implemented or as more are introduced, I will continue to bring them to your attention in these short videos. Now, again, if you are on Medicare, if you need to enroll in Medicare, if you're turning 65, if you're retiring, if you have a special enrollment period opening up or already in a special enrollment period because you moved across state lines or county lines, or if you lost coverage for any given reason, anything Medicare related, make sure to contact Chapter Medicare right there. Phone number's on the screen for you, 100% for free. They will help you out. Again, amazing stuff. They're helping so many of you. Phone number, 844-731-4987. Write that down. Take a picture. Take a screenshot. Phone number right there. That's going to be your best resource for anything Medicare related. They will absolutely help you out. They have access to over 20,000 plans. They will work diligently to find you the right plan for you and your personal needs so you can see your doctors and providers, get the plans, the coverages, the offices, the clinics, the hospital systems, the networks you want to go to or be within. Make sure your prescriptions are covered. They'll answer your questions, address your concerns, and you'll connect with a real life human. Hard to do these days, right? You'll connect with a real human who's based here in the United States, a trusted advisor with the phone number there, and they will spend whatever time you need just do whatever they got to do to help you out with your Medicare. Anyway, give them a call. Again, write that phone number down, take a picture, take a screenshot. Again, 844-731-4987. 4987, and they will absolutely help you out. Otherwise, please, again, subscribe, 100% free. Big subscribe button down below. Please share the video. Big share button down below. Otherwise, check out the other thousands of videos here on the channel in the video library, and I'll catch you again later in the very next video.